Okay, abusia be mako abasonko so e de ba POG Media so. Ye dem be political highway ne so highway ne de ensem bebe wo so a ye so ya age pene se be me abedwafo no ehu de eko ene de eba abusia ye mbowura ye nsemu no. Eye NPP, both NPP and NDC, omo case a high court, all because of 4-seater. Just say NPP amanyuku no, just say Jane Mensa declares our seats in the moment. Na abusia and a high court and some of the na sa NPP amanyuku no abusia omo the fake pink sheet too, and just say omo de ba ababaye omo evidence. Just say pink sheet na ekura omo na duplicator omo duplicate a abusia high court judges no ache omo a just say omo ruling no omo bensa so atena se no ma hwe de wa ebesibi akọ na NDC amanyuku no NDC lawyers no che NPP for say omo pink sheet na omo de buy no fake no NDC for said that masa omo kra no baby a figures na high court judge no obobo no omo kra no omo data no enye saa na e wo so nti no omo tena ase na omo dwene ho a omo nti ase all because of say fake pink sheet and NPP amanyuku no e de boru a court wo nti abusia yensem mre no yenko na yenkonkoti ensem course na asa na ebeko no wo ensem kan bi afahye your comment section like na share ma afofron so ensa into me enkabi NDC lawyers no just say omo aboa amayache NPP for say omo the fake pink sheet and a bar high court madam ase
of the people who came in this matter. Let me just try to speak with Ebi Bright and some of the lawyer Dafimapo is speaking.
The evidence before the court in respect of TMA Central, uncontroverted, was that it was not the case that, as alleged by the applicant, that there was no collusion. Indeed, there was a collusion and a declaration, but that out of 148 pink sheets, 146 were collated, save 2 that the NDC opposed. Now we opposed those 2 pink sheets on grounds that they were fabricated after the close of polls on December 7th at 5 p.m. Now we invited the presiding officers in respect of those 2 polling stations. They came to admit that when the polls closed, they were tired, they were exhausted, so they brought the pink sheets to the office of the EC, and they were instructed by their EC Metro director to complete them. How do you complete a pink sheet in the office of the EC after polls have closed?
Were you giving the office of these?
They gave us a duplicate. The duplicates, therefore, the duplicates that we had, the pink sheets in dispute. I want everybody to appreciate this matter today. The 2 pink sheets in dispute in TMA Central, the duplicates that we have, that was how I was able to detect it. The duplicate did not contain the information contained on the original that the EC was urging upon us to approve. Why? The duplicates that we have did not have the name of the presiding officer, his signature, the year of the elections, and the time of close of polls at the polling station, and date. That is the year of the election. That's the date. This was a requirement in pursuance of Regulation 43 of CI 127 and Regulation 3923 of CI 127.
You have a right.
Hold on. So we disputed, and they were insisting that it should be admitted. This was what generated the entire controversy today. So if the court says, in view of all this, by a mandamus application, go and collect it, do you think me, the farmer, I will agree that those 2 pink sheets be collated when they are in dispute? No. It is not a mandamus that will correct it. It is a full-blown trial, so that the person who deposed to affidavit that the pink sheets were in dispute, who will be put on the stand. Then I'll cross-examine him that you have admitted that the pink sheets were completed, for instance, in your office after our agents, the polling agents of all the contestants have left. So the law does not permit you to complete pink sheets in your office and come and give to candidate to accept.
So Honorable, obviously you disagree.
Of course we disagree.
What's the way forward?
I think we'll advise ourselves, and I'm sure by the close of day you know the position of the party in this matter.
You have less than 2 days to go.
Yes, I'm saying we are working today, Saturday. Right now where we are, tomorrow is even material. as a non-working day. We can be working tomorrow. So by close of today, the party's position in this matter, you will be advised and you will know. But this is not the end.
This is TMA Central. Would you throw some more, share some views?
In fact, if we were in court, the court appears to be rehashing the same facts in respect of all the other respective constituencies. So for instance, Tachman South, the judge mentioned 62 pink sheets, when indeed that was not the issue in respect of Tachman South. POG Central, there were not 62 pink sheets. The judge was mentioning 62 pink sheets. So why? When you write a ruling, who corrected him? Gary Numaku corrected him from the bar. Do you stand at the bar and correct the content of a judgment being delivered by a judge? You bring an application on notice for correction of judgment in terms of facts.
Couldn't it be understood?
It could not. It could. Please. I will not go on that path with you. I am saying that where a lawyer stands at the bar and be correcting the content of a ruling delivered by the judge, we have a problem.
All right. So yes, the decision may have been rendered. The decision may have been rendered, but there are lots and lots of concerns that remain in this matter. Grace, you can hear that well. All applications have been granted. All 4 declared winners, and all of a sudden things spiraled out. You've been contested. They are questioning the win. How are you feeling?
Well, there was always a very curious, collusion between the Electoral Commission and, the NPP. Very obviously in my constituency, I will speak for my constituency. So right from the beginning, we could tell that they weren't going to allow the rules to apply, that they were going to always hijack the process and make sure that we didn't have a chance to deal with evidence as it's supposed to be, which is where we see that the veiled mandamus.
All right, we were hearing from the candidates. We're hearing from Ibi Bright, and there was also Baba Sadiq there. I just wanted to know how they are feeling. It must be stressful, it must be frustrating having to go through an election and you go through series of legal problems as we are seeing now. Well, but as you hear the candidate Ibi Bright mentioned, she suspects some collusion. Well, those are not allegations that we can independently verify or confirm. But earlier, Grace, we had some words with Gary Nimako, who is a lawyer for the NPP side, the parties on the NPP side, the people who actually brought this application to court. So let us listen to the interaction that we had with Gary as well.
Doing the right thing regardless of the noise and everything. How does this all come to you now?
Manifestation of rule of law. People have spoken. The parents said they were not here. Now the Supreme Court. But they go and be here. They came here, they were here. It became very clear that the collation that they claimed was done, it wasn't done. It was not complete. So the court says, please, listen, go complete collation and declare who has won and who has lost. To me, that should end the matter. That's all.
How soon do you expect the EC to do this collation? Given that Monday.
It should be done today. It should be done today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gary. So that's Gary. He's a lead counsel for the NPP parliamentary candidate, speaking after the victory.
We still have our pin sheets. Even though that they have destroyed, we still have the scan copy. At the end of the day, there's only one result. And the NPP has won in those 4 constituencies. No matter how long it takes, NPP has won in those constituencies. Figures are figures and it can never be changed. It can never be changed. We know the NDC are playing some antics. As I speak to you, they are preparing to file appeal and stay of execution. But we are not perturbed by it. We are not bothered by it. It is their right. But at the end of the day, the truth will always stand. Thank you very much.
From the two NPP functionaries also, you had lawyer Gary Nimako, and you also had the General Secretary Justin Kodia. Now, I want to speak to one man who, in choosing my words carefully, I would say has suffered a lot in Ghana's electoral politics. This man, in the year 2020, in the elections, he came face to face with now Minister for Local Government, Martin Eje Kosa, and it was bloody. Bloody is a kind word to use. And in the 2024 election, he's come up against the same man, and it is not looking friendly again. You must be very exhausted.
Well, I still have a lot of energy. There's still a lot of energy.
For how long?
I mean, I believe that you have to persevere. Until you win, you don't have to give up. And we will continue to persevere until we win. So there's still a lot of energy to continue.
But in the 2020 election, which you lost to Martin Eje Kosa, you disagree with my choice of words, I know. But there was a court decision on that, and we move on from there. Were there any lessons that you learned that you think could have been applied to the 2024 elections that you did not apply?
Well, let me correct you again, because it's a matter of fact. We still have a court appeal challenging the decision of the High Court in 2020.
For the 2020 election?
Yes, at the Court of Appeal. So for us, we still believe that in 2020 we won, and all our pinches are available, and all the facts, so we'll go for the appeal. We'll still pursue that matter.
But you have people who are looking up to you to come and be their member of parliament. How are you controlling these people to avoid the kind of tensions that we don't all want to see?
The truth is that when there's absolute justice, there will be peace. But where sometimes you want to treat others as better class of human, social class, and you treat others as inferior, it doesn't work. Why am I saying so? In 2020, it was explicitly clear when a team was sent to the Electoral Commission in Tachman South to give us even the summary sheet wasn't possible. They told us to go to court. That is what we are entitled to. And today, the same EC which we have, the summary sheet and the rate attached as exhibits, they are still insisting that there was no coalition. Where is the justice? Where is the fairness?
Where is the justice? Where is the fairness? This is certainly not ending anytime soon, Grace. You heard Christopher Bayre, doctor, for the Tachman South constituency. It's certainly a constituency that we are watching because it's curious. It's simply disturbing. If you look at the kind of violence that we saw from that constituency, I'm sure that we all will be interested. Well, but in wrapping up, we can say that we have not seen the last of this from the NDC yet. As we have heard from the Director of Legal Affairs for the NDC, there are certainly going to be some processes coming up. We have seen copies of the processes that have already been filed, and we definitely will be expecting to hear something from them in the course of the night into the day tomorrow. Over to you, Grace.
Obviously, this will not be the last of it, as we've heard from the Director of Legal for the NDC, and he says they have already filed an application for appeal against the ruling, and so we'll see how that pans out. But if you are just tuning in, well, the declaration from the courts is indicating that the EC must do a recollation and declaration for 2 outstanding polling stations in the TMA Central constituency, added to the result it's already had, and then declare whether Ibi Bright should be the MP-elect or Charles Forson of the NPP should be the MP-elect. When you go to the Ablekuma North constituency, the High Court has also ordered the Electoral Commission to do collation for some 62 outstanding polling stations and also make a determination between the NDC's Irabana Auburn and the NPP's Akuffo. POG Central, the court says the EC must do recollation and declaration for some 31 outstanding polling stations in that constituency and also declare whether it should be Baba Sadiq of the NDC or Patrick Bawumia of the NPP. One of them should be the MP-elect based on the result that will come out after the collation of the 31 outstanding results. And then when you go to the Tachman South constituency, the court has ordered the Electoral Commission to also do recollation and declaration for some outstanding 147 polling stations and also make a determination between the two contenders there from the NPP and also from the NDC, Alfred. So it looks like the court has brought some form of finality to this matter, but from the side of the NDC, it's not ending anytime soon.
Well, I think I treaded cautiously in not predicting this outcome, but you know what I said earlier.
Yeah.
So we'll see how things play out. And Mandamo's application, the obvious outcome is what we have seen. The details of what happened at the polling stations, and then all the discrepancies the NDC said they saw on the pink sheets of those ones being contested can't be heard at another forum.
Yeah.
But this Mandamos is just compelling a public officer to do a duty that, according to the applicant, was neglected. So we'll see how the things play out. Yeah.
Well, we'll definitely see how that pans out. But that's it for us from here. Thank you for joining us. Make a date with us on News 360 for more on this ruling from the court and the reactions that are coming from the quarters of both the NDC and also the NPP.
NPP amanyuko no ene chese yachi omo use fake pink sheet ebusuya enimgu ase achi omo no ebusuya we ne ensem e ko se bedamase se moje pene kokoti sa audio no ene mai aha POG Media so bedamase.